Today we're going to be talking about basically the most basic Nerf blaster you could get. And please excuse the coughing, my brother Alex is sick. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Nerf N-Strike Elite Retaliator. You've probably seen this blaster before. This blaster doesn't need much of an introduction. But hey, I guess I'll give it some of an introduction anyway. Elite Retaliator. It came with a 12-round magazine. You can fire it pretty fast. And it also came with some attachments. There we go. Unfortunately, I don't have the foregrip for this blaster. I got this at a thrift store at some time, which also explains the initials on this blaster. So please pretend that I got it somewhere besides a thrift store, maybe from someone's house. I don't know. Oh yeah, and the barrel has an adjustable iron sight, which iron sights are basically a requirement for Nerf blasters. So, which renders scopes kind of useless. I mean, well, scopes, they're just scopes. I mean, you only put on the scope if it came with the blaster. So, yeah. Now, unfortunately, unlike the Delta Trooper, this does not have Slamfire. What Slamfire is... Oh, here, I have the Delta Trooper. What Slamfire is that you hold the trigger, and then back and forth. That's Slamfire, but unfortunately they didn't think of this right here. I mean, basically all of its clones, it started off with the Recon, and then this came out, and then the Recon Mark II came out, and then the Recon Mark III came out, which is basically the same as Recon Mark II, but you get my point. So they're practically all the same, except the attachments that it comes with. Yeah. So why am I buying a thousand of the same blasters? Okay, well, performance is different, but you get my point. The stock is kind of comfortable, and this is a pretty comfortable Nerf blaster, unless if you're holding it like this, which the stock is in the way. Okay, well, if we just have it like it has a silenced gun, then it is rather comfortable. Look. I will say. Oh yeah, and there was a blue version for this too, but I have the white version because let's be real. The white version is kind of cooler than the blue version, in my opinion. Okay, and yeah, just so you know, I am going to be firing with a 12-round magazine, even though I like to use 6-round magazines. And the reason why I like to use 6-round magazines is because you can basically store them everywhere. They're small, they're puny. You can store them in your pocket, store them in your vest, and it doesn't take up a lot of space, and they're fast to reload. Oh yeah, and this also has a jam door just in case if you need to clear any jams. Although I don't use this Nerf blaster a lot, so I don't remember having like any awful jams with this blaster. Although the primary handle could get stuck on the jam door, so after using the jam door, I recommend you close it and then pull it down instead of, well, you know. Although, like I said, again, I got this from a thrift store, so the priming handle is a bit messed up. Alright, now let's do some firing tests. Now, here's the thing I get wrong sometimes when it comes to firing Nerf blasters for my videos. The thing is that usually I would only just use the dart zone darts. But the thing is, what I realize is that I've been doing Nerf firing wrong most of the time, because sometimes I would just stick with the dart zone darts and leave out the Nerf Elite dart. Even though the Nerf Elite dart is pretty garbage. So, starting next year, if I am at my dad's house, I will be, and if the gun is compatible with the Nerf Elite Dart, I will be firing both Nerf Elite Dart and Darts on Darts. Alright? And in case if I forget to do that, just spam comments I forgot to do that, and I'll probably redo the video. Unless the video took me like 8 days to make. So, Dart just fell out of the magazine. There it goes. So yeah, a lot of new things are going to be happening to this channel next year. Some more metal music content, metal album reviews, unless if you guys recommend me some albums to review that are not metal, which maybe I might do. So there's that. Alright. Here we go. We got our handy dandy chronograph. And here we go. Alright. Here we go. Here's our first shot. Okay. I know what you're thinking. Ben, doesn't barrels make the firing bad? Like, doesn't it decrease the range? Yes, it does. But because that it came with the blaster, I have to use it. So, just so you know. 63.9. 66.8. We're getting about 65 average so far. 57.6. 61.4. 65.2. 60.5. Did it just fall out? Oh well. 60.6. 65 flat. 67.9. Oh, we got 2 more left. Ow. 66.4. Last shot. 62.4. Alright, so like I said, you're definitely looking at a 65 feet average with this blaster. Even though it advertises in the packaging, it goes up to 70 feet or whatever, or 70 to 75 feet. Oh, it's not that far off, I will say. Alright. Dart zone darts are loaded up. So yeah, about 65 average with the Nerf Elite Darts. Alright, now it's time for Dart Zone Darts. So let me move the pillow that I have back there. Here we go. 62.6. 65.8. I think that's my chair that's doing the squeaking. I need a better chair. 69.8. Why did I have that down? 68.2. 68.8. 66.4. 68.1. I think I have like 4 left. 71.2. We're looking at about a 68 average so far. 57. Oh, 57.3. Now that's just brought that down to a 66 average. 57.1. I think I'm hitting it too low or something. Hold on a second. Let me just point it up a little bit. No, 58 flat. That wasn't me. That was the blaster. 68.8. Alright, wow. Those last 3 shots were... No, those last 3 out of 4 shots were pretty bad. But we're looking at about the same. So that is it for the firing test. Alright. So this is like as basic as a blaster that you could get. Honestly, we're at the time of year where it's like basically Christmas now at this point. It's as of recording this video, it's about 3 days away from Christmas. So now is the time for last minute Christmas presents. But if you see this somewhere on Amazon or wherever you can get it, I don't know if they still sell this because Nerf has basically made Elite Dart blasters now extinct, and they've completely shifted to N1, which people have been saying N1 darts are better than Nerf Elite Darts, which I agree. But the problem is that so many blasters from the N1 line are being copied. Like, they're making thousands of clones. So, I don't know if they still sell the Retaliator, but if you find the Retaliator, if it works pretty well at a thrift stop, or you can find it on Amazon for a good price, honestly, I think this would be a rather good Christmas present or a good birthday present. It's as basic as you could get, it's very non-offensive, it's got some relatively okay attachments, and its performance isn't really that bad. So, honestly, good blaster, and yeah, I think I'll recommend it. I think I'll recommend it as a pretty good Christmas present. It's not the most mind-blowing Nerf blaster, but to make a kid satisfied, it does its job pretty well. Alright, so that is the Nerf Elite Retaliator. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, send this video to a friend, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.